Good evening, hikers, and thank you for tuning in to another broadcast of Acadia After Dark's Park Updates, coming to you live on. We're serving up Downeast dread, delivered weekly. Tonight is no ordinary night. It's the high holiday. The veil's gone thin, the air's gone sharp, and the old legends are restless. That's right. It's Halloween. Or Samhain, for those of you who still leave offerings at the crossroads. Now, I'd hoped to bring you the usual fanfare, bonfires, cider, the annual ghost walk-up Cadillac, but thanks to the continuing shutdown, the park is running on silence and shadows. No permits, no rangers, just us and the dark. But I'll be damned if I let a few bureaucratic peckerheads snuff out the season. I've got a lineup of comfort flicks queued up. It, Dreamcatcher, Ginger Snaps, The Blair Witch Project, the kind of films that feel like they were filmed just down the road. The Katahdin blends hot, the wind's howling just right, and the night is young. So let's get into it. In the news this week, a political leader's old comments have resurfaced. Cryptic, cruel, and maybe not entirely meant for human ears. A string of wild animal attacks has local officials uneasy. They're calling it rabies. We're not so sure. And a new congregation has taken root. The Cult of the Fly is renovating the abandoned church out on Evergreen Island. Lanterns burn late there, and the windows are never quite dark. But first, before we get into the news, Acadia After Dark wishes to extend our sincerest condolences to the friends and loved ones of the intern who was scheduled to begin work with us last week. It was unfortunate timing. They happened to be outside of the perimeter of the outpost when the seals were lifted on the park after the shutdown took effect, and so they were lost to the darkness. We can only hope that whatever claimed them did so quickly and with something resembling mercy. Now, the good news. We are once again accepting applications for an intern here at the station. Hours are flexible, no experience required. Serious applicants only. We'll be reviewing resumes and reaching out to qualified individuals as soon as possible. And if, while walking home, you feel something cold and unseen close its hand around your shoulder, don't panic. That's just us, letting you know your application's been received. Local necromancer turned politician Gregory Planter is back in the headlines after the Historical Society unearthed a bundle of his old writings. Among them, a few less than charitable remarks about the local werewolf population, and one particularly bizarre musing on why witches keep their breasts so frigid. Naturally, these comments have ruffled more than a few feathers and fur. Voters are questioning what kind of message this sends to communities already burdened by centuries of harmful stereotypes. Planter was quick to respond, releasing several dispatches by seagull. The birds arrived at odd hours, wings dripping with seawater, each scroll tied in twine that smelled faintly of grave soil. In his messages, Planter apologized, calling the remarks not reflective of who I am today, and admitting one was the dumbest thing I've ever scrawled on parchment. He insists he should be judged on the man he is now, not the necromancer he was then. We commend him for taking accountability. After all, who among us hasn't sat hunched over a desk by candlelight, scribbling blasphemous invocations into the margins of a worm-eating codex no god dares claim? Still, one wonders what else the archives might dredge up. Skeletons rarely stay put, even in a necromancer's closet. Reports are coming in from neighboring communities of what officials are calling a zombie virus, spreading among local raccoon populations. It began on Deer Isle when a resident phoned park officials after finding his chickens slaughtered. At first, he assumed rabies, but the next day, those same chickens were seen chasing his dogs across the yard, their bodies torn and staggering, yet somehow still animated. "I've never seen anything like it," Homesteader told us. "They'd been torn to shreds, but they just kept coming. I let the dogs in, and the chickens started clawing at the windows, trying to break through the glass. My brother came over, and geez and friggin' crow, he had a hell of a time catching them. We burned the things in the pit out back. Stunk to high heaven." Biologists are quick to label this rabies, or some mutation of it, but the descriptions don't match. The wounds don't heal, yet the bodies persist. The eyes glaze, yet they still see. And the sound. Neighbors say the chickens made no clucking, no screeching, only a low, wet humming, like something echoing from beneath the soil. Officials warn that if the infection spreads to larger species, or worse, to the cryptids that haunt these woods, the consequences could be catastrophic. Maine hasn't seen a zombie outbreak in years, and the fact that it's resurfacing in such remote corners has park officials uneasy. So remember, hikers, if you encounter one of the infected, avoidance is your best defense. They may be slow, but they are not mindless. And if you must engage, don't forget the golden rule. Always double tap. If you're a resident of the little island community of Evergreen, you may have noticed some changes. The old church has been stirring again. Strange buzzing drifting across the water. Odd figures with hazed over eyes, their skin shifting as though something beneath it wants out. Perhaps you smelled the rot in the fog, or wondered why your dreams are filled with flies. A spokesperson for the group has issued a statement, which I've been asked to read. We are the cult of the fly. We come in the name of our god, Zertz, to spread his message. Any sounds you hear are simply the normal noises of renovation. We hope to be welcomed into the community with open arms so that our influence may spread across this land. Our God will rot the minds and hearts of the people as he has since time began. The desecration of all things is our only goal, and the malignant shall rise to rebuke the sinners. We will be hosting an open house at the old church in mid-November. Snacks and drinks will be provided. Well, on behalf of Acadia After Dark, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our new neighbors. May they find themselves right at home in our little corner of the unseen world. And may the buzzing in your ears tonight be nothing more than the wind. And that does it for this week's park update. As for me, I've got a long night ahead. The spirits at the door are restless, and the veil feels thinner than ever. With any luck, maybe some of the black-eyed kids will stop by for a bit of trick-or-treating. Keep those lanterns lit, and stay safe out there.